that easy to give answers or propose suggestions in 20 minutes or 30 minutes. We shall be discussing different aspects of terrorism and the role of universities in combating with terrorism. With the permission of Bülent Uğursuz Bey, I would like to ask Mr. Şahidov to give his paper as a second speaker of this session, because his paper is similar to the paper of Mr. Rastamov. And the title is Worldwide Fight Against Global Terrorism. So maybe after listening to his presentation, we can have time for discussion, questions and answers. But before that, I think we shall have some Turkish summary of every presentation. Əhməd Şahidov, Dr. Şahidov, is from Russian Academy of Public Administration under the President of the Russian Federation. This paper is related certainly with terrorism and the university, and the topic is worldwide fight against global terrorism. Mr. Şahidov.
Thank you very much. Dear ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I want to meet you for this international conference, and I'm really glad to meet you here. My name is Əhməd Şahidov. I'm from Azerbaijan Republic, which 20% of territory has been occupied by our neighbor, by Armenian Republic. That's why I think I have some rights to talk about terrorism as from our own practice. Today's speaking about worldwide fight against global terrorism, and my main idea is fight with global terrorism must be begin from schools and universities, not from war zones. So terror is not a new problem. It's a problem with old history and became the human problem. Now every day we can hear in press, TV and internet about different kinds of terror acts, killed and injured innocent people, destroyed and demolished buildings. Sometimes I ask myself that why these acts happen, why people kill one another, why does one destroy anything built by anyone. Usually I think the word terrorism first appeared in the French Revolution. Terrorism is the use of false threat of violence to create fear inside civilians. Most terrorists do it to support their beliefs and political causes. Global terrorism is terrorism on a worldwide scale. Terrorism is criminal violence inflicted upon innocent bystanders. Terrorism affects men, women and children all over the world. World-renowned terrorists such as Osama bin Laden has performed criminal acts in many countries all over the world and has now made himself a wanted man. Terrorism affects people individually, whether it's aimed directly to them or to people around them. As a result, people can lose their lifespan. I think the terrorism and freedoms they depend on each other, because freedom is the right of individuals to act as they choose. Our freedom is taken away from us, so when terrorism strikes, terrorism implants fear into the minds of all and disrupts our everyday actions. On September 11, 2001, a tragedy occurred in New York City at the World Trade Center. Two hijacked airplanes were flown straight into the Twin Towers, killing over 6,000 people and injuring the minds of all Americans. This violent act of terrorism was masterminded by Al-Qaeda leader Osama bin Laden. After the attacks, various freedoms were taken from us. For example, the freedom of flying in an airplane without fearing it being hijacked, opening a letter in the mail without the fear of it having anthrax in it, and the temple freedom of taking a tour through the White House. Usually during the holidays, for example, last December 31st, 2009, approximately at 24 o'clock New Year celebration, I saw very horrible scenes in TV channels, killing of innocent people in Palestine, blasting explosions in Pakistan. It was very unbelievable. In one side people have a nice time, can utilize one another. In the other side you can see the body bazaar. People fight to be alive. Really it has different causes: political, religious, economical, ethnic, known and unknown causes. The end of the 20th and beginning of the 21st century ends the history like the most strained time period of the fight against terror. What a profit! Terror is lasting on the new wave with modern methods and in the largest form. Terror has begun to assume great importance, so different states organize their presence to this whole process. They put forward their arguments. For example, our neighbor Armenia occupying 20% of territory of our Azerbaijan Republic and driving out nearly 1 million people from their lands and present the idea of nations solving own problems themselves. Israel killing innocent people in the Middle East present the idea of protecting stability in the region. Iran using the situation in the Middle East in favor and financing the international organization like Hezbollah and Hamas offers excuse of brotherhood of Islamic states. Each side considers itself right, but innocent people are those who suffer in this wars mostly. But how we can fight against the terror? Due to the 10 years practice, fight against the terror in the battles with weapons does not give any effect. So we have to overturn in the minds, space and blood of people and to educate them. We have to teach people to be sensible against the terror and not to become victims of provocators. That's why the most suitable bases are educational establishments. This propaganda work must start from the last classes of school and to become more intensive in the university years. Because in school years the young are under the patronage of parents and they do not take interest in such subjects. But minds of the young who consider university years to be suitable to begin independent life is mixed. The young trying to build his life, to change and to make fantastic progress in the short time come under the influence of such harmful movements and propaganda. It's not accidental that great states like Iran, Israel, United States and also Russia propagandize among the students and try to change their minds using different methods. As a result of this propaganda work, the process of concentration is going on among the young. Breaking happens in the society. The young going away from their national status begin to present themselves like defenders of other states. They take part in different parties holding in these states, visit these countries within the exchange programs of education, and they become the funnel these states and their policies. Besides, universities may be considered a potential source of specialists and targets of terror organizations, because in order to set up an alarm in society and to kill many terrorists attack these universities. For example, April 30, 2009 terror act in Azerbaijan Oil Academy. We saw this terror tragedy with our eyes because it was this university, this oil academy, situated in the center of Baku, this the capital of Azerbaijan. And imagine that the morning at 9 o'clock, one Azerbaijan from Georgia. Georgia is a country where all Armenians and Azerbaijans, they live neighbor. And this Azerbaijan, by the ruling of Armenian special forces, entered to the academy and with the simple gun killed about 40 people. And it was very terrible. So in accordance with Armenian special appointed group's instruction, terrorists enters the university and kills tens of students in a short time. I think terrorism is not a problem of state or nation only. This terror act happened in Azerbaijan today may be repeated in Turkey, in other countries tomorrow. That's why universities have to cooperate with one another and exchange practice in the fight against terror, global problem of the humanity. The essence of terror, conditions of origin, history of international terror organizations, methods and ways of protecting from terror must be taught at educational establishments. We usually are careful of speaking about these subjects, and we think that the young must not be involved in such terms. Different organizations are busy with such problems, but it's not so. The effectiveness of power activity in such positions, I think, depends on different people's behaviors directly. That's why students of universities must be enlightened from the national, cultural, religious and ethnic points of view. They must be taught such sensible terms and must be told about international positive practice in order not to become victims or provocators. All needed ways and methods of protection must be realized. It would be better to draw attention to the finance given for the purpose of holding different parties and celebrations by different embassies for the students or faculties of regional studies and international relations, to limit all the opportunities of students to become victims of dirty plans of foreign states by sacrificing their national interests. Do it to the practice young students who are members of different circles after different period join dangerous religious movements, go away to the mountains, fight for abstract aims in Afghanistan, Iraq, Palestine with unknown men, and they are killed there in the battles. They are the result of intense propaganda put forward by interest forces, and we, the young, are victims. That's why university must not be only place of education of the young, but the place of growing real citizen for this country also. University should be all place growing personality who love, prefer their motherland, country, national interest over everything, and those who are ready to give life more without any influence and promises. That's all.
Thank you very much. Let us hear the summary, please.
Sayın Ahmet küresel teröre karşı dünya çapında savaş adlı sunumunu dinledik. Sayın Şahidov'a göre terör yeni bir olgu değildir. Eski çağların bir sorunu olmaktan insanlığın sorunu haline geliyor. Günümüzde yazılı ve görsel basın ile internette masum insanların ölmesi ve yaralanması, binaların yerle bir edilmesi gibi terör eylemlerinin pek çok türlü her gün okumakta ve izlemekteyiz. Bazen kendimize bunlar neden oluyor diye sorarız. Neden insanlar birbirini öldürüyor? Herhangi birinin inşa ettiği bir şeyi neden başkası yıkıyor diye sorarız. İşte bu soruların cevabı için bu yüzden insanları eğitmeliyiz. Onlara teröre karşı hassas olmayı, provokatörlerin kurbanı olmayı öğretmek zorundayız. Bunun için en uygun temel eğitim kurumlarıdır. Bu propaganda son sınıflardan başlamalı ve üniversite yıllarına daha yoğun bir hale gelmeli. Çünkü okul yıllarında gençler aile himayesinde olup bu tür kışkırtmalara pek ilgi göstermezler. Ancak bağımsız bir hayata başlamak için üniversite yıllarının uygun olduğunu düşünen gençlerin zihinleri bulanık olurlar. Yaşamını kurmaya, değişmeye ve kısa zamanda olağanüstü ilerlemeler kaydetmeye çalışan gençler bu tarz zararlı akımların ve propagandaların etkisi altına girebilmektedirler. Üniversite, gençlere yalnızca eğitim veren bir yer değil, ülkeleri için gerçek vatandaşlar yetiştiren bir yer olmalıdır. Üniversiteler ana yurdunu, ülkesinin ulusal çıkarlarını her şeyin üstünde sevip tercih eden kişiliklerin yetiştirildiği kutsal yerler olmalıdır. Terör sadece bir ülkenin ya da bir milletin sorunu değildir Sayın Əhməd Şahidov'a göre. Bugün Azerbaycan'da gerçekleşen terör eylemleri belki yarın bir ülkelere karşımıza çıkabilir. Ve işte bu yüzden üniversiteler birbirleriyle işbirliği içerisinde olmalı ve terörizme karşı olan mücadelelerini paylaşmalıdırlar. Terörizm insanlığın sorunudur. Terörün kökeni, esası, uluslararası terör örgütlerine, bunların metotlarına ve terörden korunma yöntemleri eğitim kurumlarına öğretilmelidir. Biz genelde bu konular hakkında konuşurken oldukça hassasız, gençlerin ve bu konulara dahil olmasını istemiyoruz. Oysa ki üniversitelerde öğrencileri ulusal, kültürel, dini ve etik bakış açılarıyla bu konularda aydınlatmalıyız. Bu tür provokatörlerin kurbanı olmamaları için bilinçli olmalarına sebep olmalıyız. İşte bu sebeple üniversite sadece gençlerin eğitim gördüğü bir yer olmamalı, aynı zamanda bilinçli vatandaşlar yetiştiren bir kurum olmalıdır.
The third speaker we have today is coming from İzmir University, Faculty of Arts and Sciences, Department of American Culture and Literature. Dr. He is going to give a paper on the new strategic concept of NATO.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Fortunately, it's my turn now. My topic is the new strategic concept of NATO. Why is this topic so important? Let me explain